and they were doing beach replenishment over on Lewes Beach. And to do that, they're out in the bay, they're digging up all the sand from under the water, and they're pumping it onto Lewes Beach. And in the process, they unknowingly struck this shipwreck site. So all of the artifacts in this case and on this table, and truly thousands of others, ended up on shore on Lewes Beach.
Now, can you tell me about the ship?
Sure. So we do know a lot about the ship. We know that it probably sank between 1772 and the year 1800.
Oh wow! So it's about as old, or almost as old as the
DeBraak downstairs.
Right. Thank you.
So it's contemporary to the DeBraak. Absolutely.
Okay.
It's a late 18th century.
I thought it was newer. I don't know anything about this.
Yeah. No, it's absolutely a late 18th century ship.
Great.
We were able to determine, because of the wide range of artifacts that were uncovered from the ship, that it was probably a merchant ship on its way up to Philadelphia to sell its goods there. And truly they found all sorts of items from all over the world. Wine from South Africa, German seltzer bottles, there were house goods, personal items, shoe buckles, toys for kids, sewing materials, all kinds of stuff. So that
everything.
Really, absolutely.
It was, would you call it like a Walmart?
Yeah,
cargo container ship?
It was the Amazon truck of the 18th century, absolutely.
So nobody was expecting any booty or gold, were they?
No.
Unlike the one.
Yeah, no.
The DeBraak.
We had no idea at the time that this shipwreck was there in the sand, in the bottom of the ocean, which, I mean, the Delaware Bay and River is really a graveyard for shipwrecks, so finding it was
Any shipwreck is
surprise.
great to find,
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
And helps us piece things together.
For sure.
I'm still learning about the Dutch settlement. I think it's fascinating.
Yeah, it's all interesting.
And there was just so much in flux between, the Dutch and us, and then British, and then these people are friends, and then they're not, and then we're going to help you, and so on and so forth.
Absolutely. I will say what we don't know about this shipwreck is which shipwreck it was exactly. So of course they were able to look at the area and say, okay, we know that about these 60 ships sank in this general vicinity. And then they were able to, after kind of gathering more information via the artifacts, they were able to narrow down the date range, which limited to about maybe a list of 30 ships.
That's not bad though, if you think about it. That's actually pretty concise.
No, it is. It's very good, especially considering there was nothing uncovered that really would have been able to tell us what ship it was exactly. Unlike DeBraak downstairs, there was no hard evidence.
Right.
So with DeBraak, they found the ship's bell. They found the ring the captain was wearing with his
There's so many
name.
insignias from the Navy on people's buttons and stuff.
It was very clear after pulling up certain items from DeBraak that they knew what it was.
Right, just put their finger right on it.
Whereas with this shipwreck, nothing like that has come to light. And probably it might never do that. We might never find out which ship this is exactly.
Right.
But we were able to come up with some good possibilities. One strong theory is that it could be the Severin, which is an English merchant ship that sank in 1772.
Okay.
And the other that is the other that we think it could be, thanks to more research that was done, was that it could also be the Maria Johan or the Maria Johanna, which was a Dutch merchant ship that sank, I believe, around 1784.
Now, would this be in the period that I didn't bring my selfie stick. Would this be in the period where there was an alliance between Britain and the Dutch? Was this before or after?
I'm not as beefed up on that portion of history as I should be.
I'm not quizzing you. I'm sorry. I'm not meaning to put you on the spot.
I'm not super familiar, but what I can tell you is at this time in the late 18th century, the Delaware Bay and River was just a huge highway of ships on their way up to Philadelphia or other locations like Newcastle, up in Newcastle County here in Delaware. So it wasn't uncommon for ships of multiple nationalities representing multiple governments to be sailing past Lewes at this time, taking things to Philadelphia.
There's so much going on in the Mid-Atlantic. See, I think our whole seaboard is fascinating, and I know that the Oregon Inlet, or the Outer Banks might walk away with the popular title of Graveyard of the Atlantic, but there's so many because the sand shipped everywhere. It's worse in some places, but that they're just I mean the map downstairs, I was much like,
Yes.
holy cow, I don't even know how many. You almost just stop counting at some point.
Yeah, and we always like to say with the map downstairs, those are the shipwrecks
That we know of.
That we know of, absolutely. That they were
Right.
able to like identify and have record of.
And there's lots more. Awesome.
Definitely.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much
It's my pleasure. Thank you.
for introducing me to the Roosevelt Inlet
Yes, the Roosevelt Inlet shipwreck.
shipwreck. Excellent. Thank you so much, Devon. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
It's been a pleasure. I have a very small yeah, just a very small little thing on YouTube. I kind of do Gettysburg mostly, but I just love history.
Yeah.
I love local history. I love you know, just the Delmarva waterman's history. You know, around the Chesapeake. You know,
Absolutely.
all that stuff. So.
No, it's really great. Yeah,
Awesome.
and Lewes is a fabulous place to find really interesting local
I think it's
history.
my
There's a
favorite
lot
spot
here.
in Delaware. It's
Yeah.
quiet. It's not extremely, you know, this way or that way. Let's just
Yeah.
safely say, you know, it's just kind of, we're just gonna stay low key, do our thing, do history, you know, and I love it.
No, very
Love it.
cool.
Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure. Thank you so much.